Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome. It's an odd streaming time today, but that's because I'm streaming with an odd streaming, I was going to say fellow, but I don't think that applies.
Person, that'll do.
It'll do. Welcome, Ant Thunderfun. It's
Good morning.
Quite the name. Welcome to Space Engineers. Welcome everybody back to Space Engineers. It's been a while since we've been in. Hold on, let me see if I can. There they are. Oh, having fun acclimating to the controls.
Controls is a very strong word for what is happening.
Well,
good.
Yes. Welcome. There is gravity. I made sure that there was gravity. Don't fall off the edge. You will just fall forever.
That's with my base understanding of how gravity works. I don't think that's how gravity works.
Do you want to give it a go? Bye-bye.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And
I want to come
down. Back. Ah, there we go. Yep.
Gravity. Oh, yeah, a little bit too far. Gravity is kind of weird in Space Engineers in that we have a gravity generator around this area, but once you leave gravity, you just kind of keep going because you're in space. So there's not really anything to stop you from falling. Because realistically, if we inverted the gravity, you'd still fall. You'd just fall in another direction. But yes, welcome to our little building bay sort of construction area. This is where we shall construct our racing vehicles.
Excellent.
So I've set up a little course to take our vehicles through. I put it together relatively quickly, but I think it's difficult enough without being too difficult. Just remember to use your brakes, because those will be important.
Do I have to install said brakes?
Varying directions of thrust will be required in general. So the answer is yes. Yes, you will.
I'm going to leave that joke firmly on the ground as it needed to be.
I mean, we're not on the ground, Ant. We're in space.
No, that's true. That's true.
So, these rings are your checkpoint rings. This one at the front is relatively large in connection to the little space station, but out there you can see various rings that define our checkpoints. Flying through these with a ship will give an alert. So if you've flown through one, you'll know it because it makes a noise. And it goes, objective complete. But if you fly through it as a spacesuit, it won't make that noise because it doesn't consider you a, shall we say, a valid racer in that vein of things. So, we have, I'd say around about an hour and 30 minutes, though I don't mind going longer, to construct our racing vehicles. Now, I built these little bays, and I kind of left them blank, sort of white, landlord white walls, in the vein of, you can paint them whatever color you want. So, we have 6 bays for 6 races, though I think there's only the 2 of us today. Though we may be getting other people later on, we'll see.
Excellent.
And essentially, that sort of outline on the floor, that is the size limit-ish for your racing vehicle. You don't want to make it too big, because if you do, you might not make it through the rings. The smaller your vehicle is, the more maneuverable it'll be. However, the smaller your vehicle is, the less power it'll have.
Very
So,
true.
you need to balance the two, and also remember that you have to get through those rings, because if you don't get through those rings, you will just not race, basically. Racing does not function if you can't actually get through the checkpoints.
So, okay, all right. I actually, okay, all right, yes. What's the worst that can happen? I wonder how in depth this is. So, I mean, obviously, require a cockpit and some thrusters and such, but there is also seems to be a gyroscope.
Yes, I will give you a few small pointers to start with. When you are constructing, the first thing that you are going to want to do is you are going to want to use a landing gear. This landing gear will lock down to the surface of whatever you are building on. Just make sure you put it nice and close. Once it turns green, that is locked to the surface. This means that you cannot push it or move it around in any way, shape, or form. It makes things easier to build with. Because realistically, if you just put a block in the middle of the air and then push it, it's just gonna float away. So, don't do that. Because you might just accidentally nudge your vehicle, and then suddenly your vehicle will shove itself into a wall, and that's not useful. To swap between block sizes, you just press the key that you have selected again. So if you press 1 and then press 1 again, it'll give you the smaller version of the block size.
That's cute.
We're going to be using the small armor blocks for our racing vehicles, because the large ones are, well, large. A little bit difficult to work with. So, when you are building, you are going to require the following. You will always require a gyroscope, which is one of these little guys over here. You will also require an antenna so that you can transmit your position. Lastly, you will always require thrusters. Now, there are 3 types of thrust. Atmospheric, which we are not going to be using today because it only works on planets. Hydrogen, which we can use today, but hydrogen kind of just... Well, unless you're an advanced player, I wouldn't recommend it, due to the fact that it utilizes fuel lines, and you will need to run those fuel lines, essentially. And lastly, ion. Ion is the recommended for... Having fun there?
I'm just figuring out how things work. Sure.
Fair enough. So these are the thrusters that work in space. Hydrogen and ion. Ion is the easier one because you don't need to manage any connection systems. You can just plonk them down and go. Whereas hydrogen requires fuel lines. So if you want to use hydrogen, just remember that it needs... They require fuel, and you need to run all of the fuel line connections to actually...
Too high basket. Ion it is.
Yes. Oh. Yep, there goes the antenna and the gyroscope. That's fine. So yeah. The ions come in... Yep. This is why we magnet stuff to the floor, by the way.
Very true, yes.
So, ions come in large and small variants on the small grid. And they always require power. Power is important. Power is very important. So how do you get power, you might ask? Well, you use batteries. Large and small. You seem to be facing the wall.
I am.
You are. Encounters of the Turducken. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, god damn it.
Welcome to the stream. Yep, batteries.
I pushed.
Now,
excellent.
Alternative to batteries are reactors and hydrogen engines. Now, the alternatives here also require a form of fuel. However, since we will be racing in creative mode, you don't need to worry about fueling them. They will just provide power. However, it is always a good idea to have at least a few batteries. The batteries come in large and small variants. The small ones don't give a lot of power, though, so you will usually want at least 1 or 2 large variants on your craft. How's that for a brief summary and rundown?
Once I get used to the controls a bit more, I think I will hopefully be able to create something that moves forward.
Okay, so last but not least, there are the cockpits. There are a variety of different cockpits that you can use. These are the standard enclosed cockpits, which are essentially, well, they're pre-built, ready to go, essentially. Or you can do what I like to do, which is make a cockpit that is designed around these cockpits here and functions essentially in a method that means I build a glass canopy around them to keep myself safe. And to provide an example, I suppose, here's one I made earlier. Let me quickly show off a small racing vehicle that I made earlier. It is called... well, where did I put it? Here we go. This is the Gavarone, and it is... Let's see. There we go. Here it is.
Good lord.
This is a small racing ship that I built earlier. Now, as a fair warning, this racing ship is designed for drag racing, not necessarily for maneuverability. Which means that its cockpit view is remarkably limited. Seeing out of this is very, very difficult. But it is fast. It's very fast, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, this is not exactly what you're aiming for, but it's a good example of what to think about when building a racing vehicle. Thrust in all directions. So up, down, left, right, etc., etc. You can see all of the lit up hydrogen thrusters. Okay. Most ships in Space Engineers will have a connector, as you can see under here. However, in this instance, it's not required. We're only building creative mode ships. They are realistically not going to need refueling in this instance. Now, one more thing, though I don't know if you'll want to go for it. This is a no-holds-barred race, which means if you want to put Gatling guns on your vessel, you are allowed. But bear in mind that if you put Gatling guns on your vessel, I will put them on mine as well. So, yes.
I don't think we need guns. I think we're all friends here.
All friends here? Yeah, fair enough.
All friends.
Fair enough. Do you think you have enough of an idea of what you will need? And bear in mind, you can ask questions as much as you like, and I will give you answers. I just won't come and look at what you're building, so that we can save that for a surprise for the sort of slightly before the race start. We can do a grand reveal, as it were.
I think that sounds like an excellent idea. I think I should be able to build one. I just need to figure out where my inventory of things are.
Press
how do I access
G.
it? Stunning. Okay. All right. I will require... Oh, and they're all categorized. Okay, so that should be...
So if you pull something out and you you open it up on your HUD, you can scroll through something with a plus symbol to see all the different variations of what it has under that category. or you can pick just a specific block. Some blocks only come in like one specific item, such as the gyroscopes. They only come in one specific item.
Okay, don't right click.
Oh yeah. So yes, right click is place, left click is break. That is a battery. Yep, that is a battery.
Why do I keep deleting things? You know what? I'll figure it out. More batteries.
Are you left clicking on blocks in front of you?
Nope, right clicking.
Right clicking. Oh no, sorry. Left click to place, right click to break. I'm sorry. I'm my brain is thinking.
Are you sure it's not morning for you?
I'm sure that it is like an hour before my normal bedtime, so you know.
It's morning.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So yes. We are going to commence construction. So, what I'm going to do...
Sounds like a plan.
...is I am going to close up our privacy doors. And you will be right next door, and I will be over here. And now you may go wild with your building. I will say... about an hour from now, I'm going to give us a progress checkup. See how we're getting along properly on vehicles. But other than that, talk at your leisure, ask questions as you will, and enjoy yourself. So yeah.
All right, let's go. So what was the one that would lock it to the ground, did you say?
Landing gear. Landing gear is the first block that you want. And remember, you don't need to worry about which direction you are building a vehicle in. Whichever direction you face the cockpit when you place it is the direction that it'll go forward. And I'm wondering as to whether I should build my classic cockpit designs or go for something different. But I think I might go for the more complicated thing, essentially. However, to even the playing field, I will use ions for a change, which I don't often do, so this is going to be interesting. So, how has Pride Month been for you, Ant?
Exhausting.
It
has been exhausting. But the stream so far, I've been able to meet such wonderful people. Aside from... here we go. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to align it. There we go. All right. First block placed.
Congratulations. Would you like some information on mirror mode? Might save you time.
What? Yes, that sounds fun.
Okay, so if you press M on your keyboard, you will be shown a plane to mirror on. Left click to select it, and then cycle through the rest with M again. Once you have come out the other side and it shows you a block again, then you can mirror on that plane and it'll build on either side. Might save you time in the long run.
I may have required more coffee. Okay, let's go. I actually wrote notes while you were talking.
Oh, that is
Number
a first.
1. Find a ship and steal it. Number 2. Claim ship as my own.
You know, that is a valid option in most games of Space Engineers, except for this one.
Except for this one.
Except for this one, where there are no ships to steal, sadly. Oh.
Okay, so I can keep rotating through until I find a piece that I need. Just to Just a general floor piece, thanks. Heavy armor, light armor. Okay. I think what I need to do is to just sit and scroll through all the pieces so I can see what I'm looking at working with.
That is a good idea. But you know,
plushies.
at least...
This is very important.
You found the plushies. Yes, there are space engineers and spider plushies in this. Little arachnoid plushies. But yes, unlike most of my D&D players, you take notes, which is a refreshing time. So I think I might accidentally be making a TIE fighter, but oh well. I suppose I'm allowed to indulge in some Star Wars on occasion. I might indulge in some Star Wars and then blend it with Star Trek just to get some fanboys angry at me.
They're the same thing, aren't they, surely?
You would think.
Okay, there's this... Oh, great, I've just made a block. I think because... I think I have a terrible ping. Which may
Are you in Australia?
Why... Yeah, I sure am.
Yes, then sadly, regardless of what we do, regardless of what any Space Engineers player does, Australians have a tendency to not have a great ping in Space Engineers.
Yeah.
Sadly, not something we can really control. I wish we could.
That's alright, it makes it all the more fun.
It'll certainly make for some interesting crashes, I'm sure. How does that feel? That feels good for the front of a spaceship.
So, question. Why is when I've got the large blocks, they snap to a grid, but when I put it onto the small blocks, they don't snap to any sort of grid?
The small blocks will snap to a small block grid, and the large blocks will snap to the large block grid that is surrounding you. So if your small blocks have not been snapping to each other, you might need to want to increase your range, which is by holding control and scrolling. Because they should be snapping to each other, and if they're not, that might be a problem.
Oh, okay, I think... Okay.
Windows, what the hell are you doing? No, I do not... I... For some reason, behind my Space Engineers open window, Windows just went, here's the campaign manager for Windows 11. Do you want to upgrade? And I'm like, no! I'm in the middle of a stream! Go away!
Okay, so my next question is, I just made a very lovely little block that would go smack bang on top of my landing platform. However, it tragically did not attach to the landing platform and has flown off.
So, if you go up to the block, highlight it, essentially, press Control X. That'll copy the block. And then you can go back to your landing gear and press Control V while looking at it, and it should give you the option to paste it on.
Cannot place block. Oh, it's on a odd angle. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try something different. It seems I feel like such an idiot. I literally cannot place a block on top of my.
Okay.
Every time I try and place something on the.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
Oh my god. Okay. I think I've.
You think
Got
you've
it. Let
got
me
it?
try and push it off. No, yeah, I got it. Oh my god,
Okay.
that took an unnecessary amount of time. Okay.
Don't worry. When I first started out, I had just as much trouble.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
I did. It was a time.
That's not okay. I feel that once you have a much stronger grasp on what the controls are, you could create some incredible things.
I mean, I have made some things in my time. I have made some things in my time. Space Engineers' building system is probably one of the more enjoyable that I have found in my time playing many different games with many different building systems. It's very similar to Minecraft. It's not good enough that I would say it's one of the better ones out there, but it's good enough that it's enjoyable, and that's the main thing. I think, anyway.
Okay, if I wanted to rotate a piece.
So, if you want to rotate a piece, you use Insert, Delete, Home, and Page Up and Page Down.
Ah, excellent. Thank you. This is going to be the most scuffed ship.
The first one always is. Trust me on that. And even the 50th one sometimes just ends up the same way.
Okay.
And I suppose be thankful that I haven't made it so that you have to worry about pressurizing your spaceship. Because that is a thing that can be done. But I thought, maybe we don't do that. Maybe I don't put you through that much pain. Because it is a pain.
Thoroughly thankful. I don't know. I'm literally trying to move my head to try and reach a piece underneath, but that doesn't work because it's the equivalent of leaning your Mario Kart controller over.
Don't worry, I'm sure that lying would tell you that I'm putting you through the deep end, but honestly, this is quite normal for space engineers in general. This is honestly probably the easiest thing I could make you do. There is an entire survival aspect to this game, and
Jesus.
I don't think it would treat you very nicely your first time around. I think I'm building a very small rock hopper, by the looks of it.
I feel that mine is going to be able to go very fast in one direction.
Well, you know, as long as you remember those brakes, I'm sure you'll be fine.
And by brakes, you just mean forward thrusters.
Yes.
Oh, and now do I need a door to enter said? Well, no, not really, I guess. To get into the cockpit, you just sort of, I presume that you just...
If it highlights yellow, you can get into it.
How would I enter and exit it?
Press F.
Do I highlight it yellow? Uh-huh. Stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a whole ship command.
Don't worry about the vessel toolbar. It is not important for today. Well, as long as we're not using weaponry, that is. You can very much build something without having to worry about programming anything into it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it works, quote-unquote, out of the box.
We're gonna open the privacy doors, and there's just gonna be 100 little blocks flying out.
Well, I mean, that's realistically not the worst thing that could ever happen.
That's true. Oh, okay. Gyroscope. Apart from the thrusters being placed strategically to go forward, back, side to side, the other pieces like the gyroscope and the
can put them basically anywhere.
Reactor can go anywhere. Right, okay, stunning.
Personally, I like to make them central, but weight doesn't really have a factor in this unless you're flying in atmosphere, so...
Okay, so it's more just aesthetics. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. You silly thing, let me... Oh my god. Oh. Cool. Alright.
Oh?
I just... At this point, I'm just trying to make it look aesthetically pleasing.
Fair enough. I'm going for an interesting color scheme. I will be a glittering rainbow bird flying through space. Or something thereabouts, anyway.
Something to that effect. These controls, while flying, are phenomenal.
Yeah, they're not great, are they?
No.
Don't worry, you'll get used to them eventually. Take a bit. It'll take a bit. Ah, yes, this ship is beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean it is a disaster, but it looks wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I am glad that we do not have to worry about aerodynamics.
Yep.
I do enjoy playing with the aerodynamics mod, it is very fun.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the mirror mode, but that is not working for me. And no, I don't quite understand how to turn it off. Keep hitting M until...
So press M again, and then right-click when you have a specific plane selected.
It will be a miracle if this thing moves.
I think you'll do just fine. I have created a vessel that accelerates very quickly, though, and that is worrying. I need more braking thrust.
I'm sure I turned the mirror mode off, but it seems to be locked on.
I'm not entirely certain how to show you how to turn it off. From my perspective.
You know what? We will just have a weirdly doubled machine. What's the worst that can happen? Off you get. Off. Get off.
I can imagine a few things, but it's fine. Well, this is certainly... Oh, I need a gyroscope. I almost went flying without a gyroscope, and that would have ended very badly. Oh, gods, this is so very shiny. I have accidentally made an incredibly shiny vessel. Now the question is, where in all my toolbars did I put my gyroscope? I think one gyroscope will do for now. Okay, we're almost half an hour into building. How do we feel progress-wise?
Once I'm figuring out this stupid mirror mode, I think I will be able to be I have the base of what could be considered a ship in most English-speaking countries.
All right. That's good enough, I suppose.
This is just outrageous.
I'm just going to do a little bit of greebling.
Greebling, you say?
Greebling, yes. The act of adding detail.
Aha! The fun stuff.
Indeed. And I'm thinking I may add neon trails. Just because.
I have managed to soft lock myself. That's...
How?
I am... You know what? Going to... Oh, I can't even delete.
What have you done?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Now... Okay, I'm out. I'm fine. Nobody panic.
Oh, bugger. I just painted my entire ship green. Sugar. That was not intentional.
I just don't know why it has locked this mirror mode on and it won't let me... Keeps on switching.
I can come over there and switch it off for you if you'd like.
Sure, but the idea is that it's supposed to say gravity align placement mode, right? That's what I'm supposed to be using. without the mirror mode on.
Gravity line placement mode only matters if you're placing the first block. After that, it doesn't make a difference.
Hmm.
I'm kind of glad that I made that mistake with painting, because this looks much better. Kind of like a rainbow hummingbird.
I think what makes it a little bit more difficult too is that there is a full second between
Placing a block
input.
and... yeah. That is sadly the lag that I cannot correct.
Yeah.
Regardless, the only way to correct that would be to run a server from Australia, and then I would have the input lag.
Yeah.
So either way, there is a casualty. Have I forgotten anything? Antenna, gyroscope.
Oh, antenna.
Yes. I feel like this vehicle is going to go very fast, very quickly. And then it's not gonna stop. Oh, and it has no up or down maneuverability. Oh, that is worrying.
Oh, I've just realized that neither does mine. Thing is, though, I now cannot add anything without double of them adding. You know what? More thrusters. Why not have triple the thrusters?
More thrusters is always useful. Resting Mitchface, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. We are building Pride racing ships. Pride racing ships are our stock and trade today. High-speed rainbow... I was going to say war machines, but they don't have any weapons on them, so...
Mine could be considered as such.
Is it a war against fashion?
It's a war against something.
Oh dear.
Ah,
oh dear.
Okay. Is that where did I have that? Okay.
Oh wow, that is a color, that's for sure. Sure, why not? Why not? This will definitely have no lasting repercussions on my ability to maneuver.
I'm terrified to ask, but is there a simple takeoff and simple landing button?
Oh, yes, P is to lock and unlock landing gear.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Have you successfully achieved flight?
Flight is a strong word for what we're doing, but... Okay. And, okay. Okay.
Flying!
What would be the down button if I were to fly directly down?
C to go down.
Got it. There we go. All right. Yes, we have successfully been able to go up, down, left, right, back, and forwards.
Congratulations.
The fact we got this far is an absolute testament to...
We still have half an hour of build time before I was going to call it, but... Since you have achieved flight, do we want to take a first look at our creations?
We can take a first look.
Okay.
Mine is going to be so embarrassing.
Open the doors.
How do I unselect a thing in front of me? Sorry. I've got a antenna selected, but I cannot unselect it.
And an antenna selected?
Oh, just anything from my building mode.
Press 0.
Thank you. Oh, hand. Right, yes, okay.
Okay, well,
Look, it's my first day.
It is your first day. You've actually done really well for your first day in Space Engineers, I'm not gonna lie. This is a lot better than some people I've seen. Some people I've seen have not managed to figure out thrusters, so this is a lot better than I expected.
Excellent.
Honestly.
My issue is, though...
My vessel looks like Barney in a blender, which, well, I was going for colourful, so,
well, it's
I
bright,
suppose. Yeah. You're welcome to join us if you'd like, Lying.
Yes, let's see if Lying can make something even better than mine, if it's at all possible.
I think that you've done extraordinarily well, honestly.
Thank you.
And I think that mine is going to accelerate too fast and hit a wall. Because, as Lying tells me a lot of the time, I design for aesthetics, not functionality, which...
Yes, well, that's...
You know.
That's the fun way around it, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
I need to get rid of this goddamn mirror mode.
Let me do a bit of cleanup on your garage very quickly, so that
yes, thank you.
There's not a bunch of floating blocks around. Yeah, if you just want to turn off mirror mode completely, just press N. That is a good reminder. Thank you, Lying.
Oh my god. That would have saved...
I'm terribly sorry.
No, that's all good. Okay, all right. I now have some more designing to do.
I shall lock you in. And I'm going to take my vessel for a test drive.
Good.
From first-person view, because that's the way to fly a racing ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Yep. That should have been expected. First time out the hangar, and I immediately hit the edge of one of the checkpoint rings. Oh, I have no maneuverability in this vessel. Oh, gods! I have made severe and catastrophic mistakes in the design of this ship. Severe and catastrophic mistakes indeed. Oh, gods. Oi! Yep. I'm glad that I have damage turned off in this world.
Oh, good. Damage is turned off. That's very...
Yes.
That's very good to know.
Gods, I have made some severe design mistakes in this ship. It's because I'm used to playing using hydrogen fuel systems, and these are using ions, and I am not used to the maneuverability of ion thrusters. I was flying through this race course perfectly fine with the Gavarone earlier, so... I've just made a rainbow TIE fighter by accident. Because, you know.
Because Star Wars needs pride as well.
Yeah. I do feel like these wing sections are a little... much.
All right, I'm going to see if mine can actually fly. If I was to open my garage door...
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, I accidentally locked you in. Hold on, let me come back. Let me come back to the build station.
Oh, and you can do it as third person?
Yes, you can do it as third person if you like. The racer's first person is, bonk. Ooh, ah! I'm fine. The racer's first person is one way to do it, but it... Honestly, for a brand new player, I would not recommend it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Opening shuttle bay doors. Where did I leave my brilliantly rainbow craft? There it is.
How would I switch to third person?
V. You have taken flight, Ant!
The fact this thing moves at all is a testament to... Oh,
Definitely not to my tutelage, that's for sure. My tutelage was awful.
Oh, and I've got enough thrusters to slowly move it upside down. Yep.
Objective complete.
I wonder if it'll allow me to... It'll allow me, I say. If I... Oh, I can even go backwards? Ah!
Congratulations, you have discovered reversing. New technology unlocked. We.
Oh, no,
Q and E for rotation. Spinning's a cool trick, you know.
Okay, the fact that that worked was phenomenal, but I want to do more on it now. Okay, this is... Now I'm starting to... okay, what?
You're starting to get the itch.
Yep.
Yeah. Trust me, it happens to the best of us.
More thrusters.
Looking at something going, but I could do this. I could alter it this way and make it better like this. Yeah. It is something that happens to every Space Engineers player I've ever met. Oh, yes. And before you know it, you end up building something ridiculous. What's the most ridiculous thing I could spawn in that won't lag you to hell and back? Is my question. I'm looking through and going, what can I show you that I have built in the past?
The more thrusters I have, the more power I need?
Yes. So the more thrusters you have, the more power you will need to provide to run those thrusters properly.
Is there a... Surely there's some information somewhere that tells me... Ooh, pardon me.
So, yes... yes, but... in that, yes, there is some information that will tell you how much power each thruster uses. However, interpreting it requires more time than we have.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. I will just hope for the best.
A couple 100 hours of gameplay time before you really start to understand how everything connects, essentially. My recommendation, add 2 large batteries, and that should do you. Or just 2 batteries. And that should do you for the amount of thrust you have at the moment.
Meteor storm inbound.
Higher thrust, yes. I'm not sure about better efficiency, but we're working with a brand new player here, Lying. Give them a bit of slack, you know.
Ooh. Lost in space. Spend more than 1 hour... Oh, I misread that.
You got an achievement. Congratulations. Okay, I suppose this would be a decently non-laggy vessel to show off.
Good lord.
This is an Auriga-class dropship with sealable lower compartment for
oh, that's pretty cool.
Passenger transport. Up to 12 passengers, and then 2 pilots. Well, 1 pilot and a gunner, as it were. And this is the sort of thing you too can achieve with 1,500 hours in Space Engineers.
Yeah, oh.
Oh. Bye, Ant.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, just falling into the void. Yes, Lying has a point. I tend to make very pretty ships. Lying makes very functional ships.
Yes, that makes sense.
Because that is how our dynamic has been. I think I have an example of a ship that I retrofitted. Yeah, yeah, okay. I don't know that I have an example of Lying's ships in my library.
Oh, did I just build this all with heavy armor blocks instead of light armor blocks? Yes.
Ah, yes. Heavy armor, for when you want to enter a combat race.
Mm-hmm.
Light armor is paper, though, and heavy armor weighs a decent amount. For this race, you might be fine. Well, yes, I did nick your Beagle shuttle, Lying, but I don't have your version of it in my blueprints. I only have my version of it. For less than an hour's work, this is pretty good. Considering you know basically nothing of how the game works.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
I would have liked to have beefed up the wings a little bit. But it's the janky controls that gets me.
Yeah, it's something to spend a little bit of time with to figure out how it all works. So I will say that once Space Engineers properly gets its hooks in you, it will get its hooks in you. And you won't want to leave. You'll come back to it going, well, I could build this. I am living proof of that, I'm afraid. Where did I put that little fighter that I liked so much?
Oh no!
What?
It's asymmetrical. It's not symmetrical. Oh, that's infuriating. Oh
Yes.
No! If I was more, you know what? No, it's fine. It was designed that way.
I'm currently trying to find an example of me breaking the game's physics.
Can't believe I've done this.
Oh, I have a copy of the Steely Dan. Interesting. I guess this would be an example of one of Lying's ships, built very much for, function. With my own embellishments, actually. I think me and Lying built this one together.
Oh, that is quite pretty.
Yeah, this is one of Lying's little, I think this was an escape rocket that Lying built at one point. Yeah, early prototype of the Steely Dan, essentially.
Oh.
Player disconnected. Player connected. Lying. Do we have a Lying in voice call? No, we just have a Lying in the world, apparently.
The world is lying.
The world is lying. The world is a fox. Ah, the barrel roll. That's what I called it.
The
barrel roll. The aptly named barrel roll. Here it is. The most aptly named barrel roll.
It no longer flies.
You're locked to the ground.
Figured it out. Ooh! Luckily, there's no damage, isn't there?
Yeah, I made sure to turn the damage off, just in case.
Just in case.
But yes, this is the barrel roll.
Hang on. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool, though.
It's using a very, very old glitch to create a magnetized spinning ring. And I do mean spinning.
Oh, that's cool. That is quite cool.
It does not function as well as it looks, but it is very cool.
But it does look good. See, I understand that this is... I understand what Lying said now.
Yes.
Aesthetics over functionality.
Oh, yes. That's my motto. Aesthetics over functionality, and then Lying is all function over aesthetic.
Remind me next time we play this game together for me to just move to the UK first. Because I just... There we go.
It is... The ping for Space Engineers is sadly one of the big issues with it. Because... sadly, it very much prefers to be consistently in sync, and when it doesn't, it lags badly.
It very much doesn't be in sync. Yeah, okay. I do have an Australian friend who has been bugging me to play, so...
Well, now you have a basic understanding of the methods and a preference for Australian servers.
Mm-hmm. Wondering if I need to add anything else to it.
Well, it needs a name for a start.
Oh, Jessica.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, fair enough. I've never heard someone pick a name for a ship so fast.
Well, she looks like a Jessica.
I'm not entirely certain as to whether you're insulting someone or not.
No.
All right,
looks
then.
like a Jessica. Would I do that under the...
So under the info tab, when you press K while you're in the cockpit.
Grid name?
Yep.
Gorgeous.
I've decided mine shall be called the Turtle Duck.
The Turtle Duck. Oh, and you can add wheels.
Yes. They don't do much in space. In space,
no, but
you
the
will
game
mostly
does allow
rely
you.
on
Does it have planetary adventures?
Yes,
so you can
there
actually
are
go run around
planets.
on actual planets. Okay.
This specific world just has space, because I was like, I don't want to lag you more than you're already gonna, because planets will be laggy if you're not in the same country. Especially with Australia, planets can be a rough time, more so than just being in space with a little bit of construction is. So I thought, best not. But yes, there are planets. You can build rovers and the like.
That's quite cool.
Let's see. Do I have a decent example of a rover I built? Yes, I do. I have the Phantom Luxury Personal Transport Vehicle, which I will put down next to... There we go. It is just floating here because it has no thrusters, but...
Oh, that's quite lovely, isn't it?
If you want a Rolls Royce...
I thought Jessica needed a unicorn horn, which looks more like a rhinoceros horn, but what are rhinoceroses if not?
Yeah, okay, I mean...
Unicorns.
As long as you're steering from third person, you should be fine.
Yeah. Quite lovely, actually.
Alright. Shall we take them for a test drive around the course?
I think that sounds like a sensible move.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can...
Attempt a race.
Attempt a race. Ooh.
Oh gods, there's a line.
No, you do. Oh, hello.
Well, in-game. There is a line behind me.
Oh, this is much more maneuverable than it was before.
Yep, more thrusters equals more maneuverability.
Okay, if I was to start... Where would the race start? Oh, we're starting in the... Okay, yeah.
Yes, we start in the middle of the pit lane, essentially.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, I don't like how... Nope.
Ah, you are discovering the folly of braking.
No, I don't like this.
High speed, and high speed only. That is spaceflight.
Yeah, that is, yep.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to head towards one of these things and hope for the best.
Fair enough.
Oh, the ping is so awful.
Australian servers will serve you better. Whoa!
Objective complete.
And the second one? Oh, this is easy.
If you're going decently low speed, yeah, it's relatively easy. If you're going high speed, not so much.
Objective complete.
Yep. A simple way to know you've gone through a ring.
Okay. I have also discovered that if I go at low speeds and don't turn, then it's easy. However, it seems that I am...
Objective complete. Objective complete.
Missing an important amount of thrust.
Objective complete.
Oh no. No, too slow. Slowing down too slowly. Bad. Ah!
Objective complete.
And I bonked it. Damn it. I hit a ring.
I don't even know where the space station's gone.
Look for the big white block out near the rings. And I bonked a ring again. Damn it.
Objective complete. Objective complete. Objective complete. Objective complete.
I've almost managed to finish. Well, I'm almost halfway through a lap and I've only hit rings twice. That's good.
Oh, that is a very good...
3 times.
Okay, all of these checkpoints, I can't even find out where the bloody...
Objective
Oh!
complete.
Don't
There we
worry,
go.
I'm relatively close to you. Hello.
Oh, I really need to do some side thrusts.
This is why we have test
Mm-hmm.
test runs. Quickly lock onto you so I know where you are at all times.
Oh,
And
sorry!
tracking
Oh,
Objective
Did you accidentally hit lying?
maybe.
objective complete.
And don't worry, I'm sure their more than functional ship will be able to handle it.
Objective complete.
Slow down.
Good lord. Alright. Firstly, we are going to put some frickin'
Objective complete. Objective complete. Objective complete.
Nope. Okay. That one was one that I was gonna hit regardless. I do feel like the spacing of these rings is a little short. I was in a rush when I made this, so
Objective
that is on me.
Objective complete.
I completed a lap,
Complete.
and I only hit the rings 6 times. That is an achievement, all things considered. Oh. I'm fine. And Lying is pulling out a welding ship as a race vehicle, apparently.
Excellent.
I'm... okay. No just showing
where there's
off,
a block
I see.
here.
Oh. Yep, that's... You got some speed there, Ant.
I added a few more thrusters just
A
in
few
case.
more thrusters. Just a few.
Alrighty. Now I can mildly...
Yeah.
Alright.
I think Lying's threatening me. Or you. I'm not entirely certain.
At any given point, I'm... Oh, objective complete.
Yeah,
At any
you
given
went
point,
through a
sure,
ring
Lying
with
is- Oh, lordy.
the ship. So,
It is going to be a miracle if I finish this race. Finish. Being the operative word.
don't hold down forward all the time and you might manage it.
But that's the fun thing to do.
Yes, but it also means that you will end up flying off the course at very high speeds.
Right, well, the fact that I can maneuver myself to get back to the start is a good sign. Meteor storm? Get out of here, lady.
It's fine. We don't have damage enabled, so we're fine. Congratulations, though, and you have successfully created your first racing vessel.
I'm actually quite proud of myself, and proud of Jessica, of course.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've managed quite well in comparison to some people, that's for sure.
No, I'm just going to go and build it in... Oh! I just realized that lying is in text chat.
Yep. And in fact, my internet is actually pretty good these days. It's very good actually, because I'm on an Ethernet connection these days, so actually this server works just as well as it would if it were being hosted in London. The only problem is the cables between the UK and Australia are bad, so...
Yeah, that's very true. In the world of gigabyte internet.
We're still on copper wiring.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
It's like I was playing Overwatch last night with a friend in Sweden. That was not a good pig.
Oh dear.
Alright. Well, do we want to do our official quote-unquote race?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Let me get lined up.
Low and or steady. Oh, look how well yours works.
Well,
It's probably because it isn't run completely stocked up with heavy armor instead of light armor.
Well, mine is light armor, but also you will find that mine has very little ability to break.
Good.
So you might have the advantage in that vein of things. Let me get the starting lights running. Ready?
So ready.
Alright. Here we go.
Imagine if I was facing the wrong way. Oh my gosh, there's full on...
Yellow. Green for go.
Let's go!
Complete.
Objective complete. Well, I guess I've won. Slow.
Nope, you've got 27 more
steady.
checkpoints to go.
Objective complete.
Oh, you're
That
right. If I
was-
don't hold down the...
You will
The speed
always
button.
coast a little.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Objective complete. Objective complete.
Oh, lordy lord.
Objective complete.
Okay, that's the opposite direction to which I want to go.
And through.
Objective complete. Objective complete.
Okay.
Meteor storm inbound.
The fact that I'm not completely lost it so far
Objective complete.
is
Doing well.
astounding. Astounding.
Objective complete. Objective
Ooh,
complete.
okay. I hit a ring. Right, yeah. That's fine.
Oh,
Objective complete.
uh-oh. Now I don't know which direction.
Ah. I spun out of control because someone has rung my doorbell. Give me a second.
How very rude of them.
Oh? Oh? Yes? Did you need some?
Well, chat, this is my opportunity to catch up, I believe.
Someone wrongly dialed my flat's number. Well, oh. dear, where have I ended up? Where and how have I ended
Did I
up?
overtake you?
I think you did. Oh, goodness.
Oh, no. Okay, hang on.
Okay, so that's checkpoint. Wait, which checkpoint am I at? Darn it.
Yeah. It's a bit
Can't tell.
disorienting if you don't...
I got
Oh.
lost.
16? Oh, you've named them. Oh, that's sensible.
Yes, I named the checkpoints.
Oh, get absolutely
And this is
flabbergasted.
checkpoint 15.
Objective.
There's 16 and there's 17. Ah!
In the...
My god!
Good lord.
I think you just hit me at very high speed and sent me spinning. I'm not entirely sure which way is up anymore. Oh, there's 17. Okay.
I'm just gonna slowly make my way into
Complete.
16. Okay.
They are numbered lying.
Why would I... What? Who thought it was a good idea to put a unicorn horn on this?
You
Is this
know,
17?
I think you might want to look in a mirror for that one.
No, I don't think so.
Ah. I've accidentally hit a ring 3 times now.
Objective.
Ooh, drifting through a ring just then. I'm not gonna miss one. I'm not gonna miss one. Hey, turn.
Objective complete.
Yay.
Objective complete. Objective complete.
They're no longer got names on them, or am I...
Sometimes Space Engineers has a tendency to not render things sometimes if they're coming into view.
Sure.
Because Space Engineers is definitely a 100% finished, fully released game. And, definitely not otherwise.
Objective complete.
Okay. Last checkpoint ring.
Objective complete.
My gosh.
Come on, don't drift too far. Don't drift too far. No.
Oh, come on!
And
Oh, I was so
God.
close.
I drifted through the final ring on my side.
Nice.
Oh.
I am
That was-
determined to finish this. Even though I've completely lost track of where I am and what direction I'm looking at.
I
Aha!
believe in you.
The final ring. And now... Yes! I did it! I did it! Alright, lap 1 done. No. I don't know if I could survive a second lap.
I mean, you've done very well considering the connection and everything else. You've done very well.
I'm actually quite proud of myself.
No, I congratulate you. Even with the unicorn horn, you have managed to complete a lap of this circuit, which was thrown together at the last minute and never actually tested. So
You didn't
you know,
test it?
I never tested this circuit before we ran it. So you've done very well, all things considered. Congratulations on completing.
Thank you for putting this together. This one.
Well, I mean, I've done my best, and it's definitely not on par with any of the other race courses that are out there. But I thought I'd put one together for the stream myself because it's looking good and it worked well, and it encourages people to slow down a little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, the wise words of wisdom of, make sure you don't hold down the accelerate button.
Don't hold
Very
down.
helpful.
Don't hold down W all the time. Yeah. This isn't NASCAR. You don't constantly accelerate.
That's fair.
Oh. Well,
But this was absolutely delightful. But I will have to love you and leave you because I do have to skedaddle and get ready for another Pride
well,
Collaborations Day.
we are at 1 hour 50, so we've actually timed this quite well.
That
All
actually
things
worked quite
considered.
well. When you said an hour to build the ship, I was like, surely we can build it quicker than that. I'm glad we had the time in which to do
Yes,
it.
the hour to build and then half an hour to test and do a little bit of fun things and then 15 minutes to race. That's worked quite well actually. I think it would have been a lot more chaotic if there had been more people. I will say that much.
Very true. Next time we will get a crew of people, and I will host the server. And
yes, and I will suffer the lag.
thou shalt be the one that suffers the lag. Correct.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm used to it. I have a few people who are from Australia who play this game, so I'm usually the one suffering.
Excellent.
Well, thank you at whoa, high speed, very high speed. If you want to save that, by the way, to your blueprints menu, you can press Control B while looking at it, and you will save it forever in your blueprints. Just so that you can have the posterity of your first fully built craft in your inventory forever.
One day I will look back at this and think, what on earth was I thinking?
Yeah, maybe. I sadly do not have the blueprints of my original crafts anymore. It's been a very long time. A very long time. Over 2,300 hours of playtime, in fact.
Jesus. Well, I can understand how you could get completely sucked into this because you'd be able to build a whole space station. You'd be able to build so much.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanna take one last look at something that I've built,
oh, please do.
Sure. Let's see if we can do. Let's go with this one. This might lag your game a little. Fair warning. This is a large grid vessel that I've put together. Where are you? You're all the way over there.
Oh, good lord! See, that's cool.
This is a Carina-class escort cruiser. It is. This is one that I built in collaboration with Lying, actually. Though Lying does not like to comment on any additions that they may have made because they think it's a waste of space. So, you know. But yes, this is one of many great ships that I've built in my time. And it even has functioning airlocks.
Functioning airlocks? That's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. See, where are you? Where have you ended up? You've ended up near the front.
Mm-hmm.
On a railgun, yes.
Oh, that's a gun. Oh, how exciting.
2 spinal-mounted railguns, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am terrible. If you come down here, and just over here, there's an open door that is the airlock. Come on in.
Aha.
And if you close that door behind us, just find the highlight and press F. There you go. And then the interior pressurizes. The door opens.
Oh, that is very cool.
And if we head up here, we can find the bridge.
Oh, that's brilliant.
With our little conference table, lockers, and gun racks, and the sort of upper observatory platform. And, yeah, sleeping quarters for the captain. Including a small kitchenette, toilets,
I'm just
bed,
enjoying myself, having a
etc.,
boyfriend, having a.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah. There's actually a lot to this ship, but I really shouldn't keep you, I suppose. We can
Yes.
perhaps do tours of these various vessels in the future. Yeah. But yes, thank you very much for joining me. For
no worries. Thank you
this.
very much for having me.
I-
This was a delight, and I appreciate you putting it together.
You're welcome, and I hope that one day you shall enjoy Space Engineers without the lag.
Well,
crossed.
my friend gifted it to me for this occasion, so I will have to make good and proper use of it.
Yes, you will. And if you ever find yourself wanting to play some Space Engineers, do not hesitate to call on me, and I shall happily show up everyone else that is invited.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you so much, friend. I will talk to you later.
Have a good evening, Ant.
See you later. Bye.
And as for everybody else, this was a bit of an unscheduled stream, but you know, we were having some fun with the Pride Collaborations universe. As for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. And yes, I was showing him around the smaller ships, but he is from Australia, Sliver. I didn't want to lag him out. So, you know. But yeah, as for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. Yeah, we are going to go and raid someone who's running at the moment. Final is live at the moment. Let's go raid a Final to end off the evening. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Yeah, have a very good evening, everyone, and a very good night. We shall see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.